Hello, how you doing? Welcome back to some more F1 22 in another part of our My Team career mode. Today we have a decision to make. We are either renegotiating with our current teammate Oscar Piastri, or we are looking to the driver market to see who else is out there to help take the team forward. If you've been enjoying the series so far, make sure you are leaving a like down below. It really does help out. And, helps us grow. We are in a massive upward trajectory at the moment, and I really do appreciate everything that you guys have been doing to support the channel. So, a massive thank you for that. But yeah, Oscar Piastri, if we analyse his performance this season, obviously he's a rookie. But he is bottom of the championship. He is the only driver not to have scored so far. And to be honest, he's not really been in a position that looks like he might score. Imola was his best performance by far. 12th place, he finished there, of course. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure that it's working, and I think we need another driver that can come in and put pressure on us even, and, we have been dominating Piastri. So we are going to go to the driver market. We are going to try and get somebody else. We can, of course, still go with Piastri if we wish. Ratings-wise, and price-wise, it's looking like one of these three. And, of course, Nico Hülkenberg, for me, is the most realistic option out of all of those. So that is what we're going to try and do. Let's go into Nico Hülkenberg. Will he want to join us? That's the question. I've no idea. Here we go.
Here you can make an offer to your driver. The more you offer, the greater the chance of them agreeing to it. Be careful not to insult drivers, though. If you do, they might refuse to negotiate any more with you in this negotiation period.
So let's go for the medium risk. Nice, there we go. Nico Hülkenberg has joined Brawn GP for the rest of the season. That is huge for us. That is a massive driver to get involved in the team. A few of you I know have been holding out for Jenson Button, but unfortunately he's worth 5 million. We didn't have enough. I think definitely that's the ultimate goal, is to get Button back in a Brawn GP car. But we will get there. We're going to give Nico Hülkenberg the chance to reignite his Formula 1 career, and I really do think he is going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that. We have unlocked some more personal stickers, apparently. Okay. Is that the back of it? I don't think that is. No, that's Halo, I think, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not really bothered about that. Oh, I didn't know you could zoom right in on the car. That's interesting. You can see our side pods there. We're taking a more sort of Ferrari approach of things. Very interesting. But yes, we have got Nico Hülkenberg at the team now, and we will continue on and see exactly what we can do. So let's pop in some race simulations straight away to try and get him up a little bit of team building there. We can go for either a funded team event or a second driver PR film, and I don't think we need to do that. We'll go for this one. To just try and up the ante a little bit, up the morale, and hopefully get these upgrades through. So here we go. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we'll do the race simulations at the end of the month. Get the team building done. Then the funded team event and the race simulations. That looks good. Right, here we go then. Let's push on. Come on. Come on. Let's get the upgrades in. Come on.
Okay.
Yes.
Have the new parts come through the fabrication process.
But I think that was just a durability upgrade. But we can straight away get on the next durability upgrade, which I think will be the energy store. Maybe the MG UK actually. Yeah, let's go for that one instead. That's fine. Okay. And there you go. Monocoque structure is complete. And now we can add in another chassis development, I think. So we've got the engine cover. We have got enough to get that, actually. It's actually a slightly bigger upgrade. And both of them are estimated completion at the same point. Yeah, I think we want this one. Ah, but we don't have enough. Oh. Yeah, let's go for this one then. No-brainer, really. No-brainer. Get that done. Okay. Right, let's head on to the next Grand Prix then and see exactly where we are up against other teams after their upgrades. Let's have a little look. Development's complete. Well, Aston Martin have gone back ahead of us, which is interesting. That's frustrating, isn't it? But yeah, if you look at the R&D progress, I mean, we brought an upgrade to pretty much every Grand Prix this season, and still are somehow behind Aston Martin. Williams are doing well as well, but we are all sort of closing up on the sort of Alfa Romeo, Haas, Alpine, McLaren gaggle, but it is tricky. It is tricky. We've got, what's that, 11 races to go. Obviously, huge amount of potential in the car, but we'll just have to see how it goes. So, first of all, we'll see how we get on in qualifying. Well, here we come onto a lap of France then. We're just behind our teammate Nico Hülkenberg, so we'll get a good look at what sort of lap he puts in. P2 in FP1 for us, so I have moved the difficulty up a couple of clicks. You know, because in theory we should be near the back of the grid on our performance. Now, obviously we're not that far off some of the cars in the midfield, so we might get through to Q2, but it shouldn't be that we're, you know, fighting for Q3 every single Grand Prix. Good first sector, looks like it's comparable to Nico Hülkenberg ahead. Very important braking zone there, and we missed the apex slightly, which compromises our run through the chicane. And now we come through the middle sector. What we're looking at as a time, not purple this time. And then flying through here, absolutely flat out, not a chance of any lifting. Through there, a little bit wide. That might get disqualified, and there you go. So, invalidated lap time, so we're going to slow it right down. Make sure we're on charge. Try and let the Aston Martin through. I don't know if we're gonna have enough. Oh, well, now that this lap's invalidated too, so we'll have to come back into the pits and try again. How annoying. Let's see where Hülkenberg ended up at 32.5. Pretty good. Pretty good. Ahead of Sebastian Vettel, Mick Schumacher and Alex Albon so far. But we're going to head back out there. Try and do it on these used set of tyres. But now we're out of sync. Well, we have got yellow flags up ahead. Green flag back online now. So don't need to lift off, but we're now going to come up to the line. What's it going to be? It's got to be in the 32s, you feel. And it is just a 132.9. So slightly slower than our teammate Hulkenberg on the used tyres. But that'll do for a banker time, that's for sure. Here we go then. Our final chance to get through to Q2. We feel like we are going to have to nail something here if we are to do it. It's not a bad first sector, 2.5 tenths up on Sebastian Vettel, who's just a little bit ahead of us. You can see nice gains on the straight. We nail that braking point this time, and that really aids our run through that series of corners. It's going to be good through sector 2 now. 3.5 tenths up on Sebastian Vettel, who's currently in 13th place. Checkered flag is waved, so it is all down to these final few corners, hitting those apexes and getting those tight lines. Oh, we nearly got dragged onto the curb there. You can see already people are improving. Here we come round the final corner. 7.5 tenths, 8 tenths, all the way up to nearly a second ahead of our previous time. And we go up to 12th place and through to Q2. That was a good one. So very good. 12th place with a 132 flat. Not too bad compared to the people around us. And Nico Hulkenberg makes it through to Q2 on his debut. That was his first lap that he got through on with that. So let's have a little look at his lap times. You can see they were very, very similar. But it was his original lap time that got him through. And he is through to Q2. So the first time we've had two drivers through for quite some time. And you can see we're well ahead of the bottom 6, including Sergio Perez. That's a huge shock in Q1. The winner in Austria is out in Q1. Okay, here we come up to the line at the start of Q2. What's it going to be? It's a 132.2, so 2 tenths slower than what we managed in Q1, unfortunately. First corner, we just can't quite get it right at the moment, so we'll have to come back in, get some fresh tyres and some extra fuel in the car and see where we're up to. Well, this has been an absolutely awesome lap. Again, we're going to improve by a huge amount, 7 tenths of a second as we come up to the line. And it's a 131.5, which puts us P5 and ready for Q3. Unbelievable, this. I just love this France circuit on an F1 game. Just so fast round here. And Nico Hulkenberg, to be fair, qualifies in 12th place. That is a very, very good performance from him. And even our 32 flat would have been enough for P6. It seems not many people improved compared to their their Q1 time. But certainly Q3 is going to be a different kettle of fish. But a bit of a mixed up grid out there, it has to be said. You know, Ocon out in Q2 as well as Fernando Alonso. Lando Norris out in Q2. It's going to be an interesting one. Here we come then, up to the line for our one and only time in Q3. What's it going to be? It's in the 131s. It's a 131.7, which is enough for P7 on the grid. Not quite our height of Q2. We only have one lap, of course, to sight it in. But we will certainly settle for that. That is an awesome lap time in the end.
Let's review our top 3 today. Leclerc, Verstappen and Carlos Sainz. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
So Charles Leclerc is on pole position, Max Verstappen there in second, Sainz third, Lewis Hamilton in fourth, with George Russell in fifth. Valtteri Bottas starts sixth. We start seventh with Gasly eighth, Ricciardo an excellent ninth, and Yuki Tsunoda in 10th.
Welcome along to France, one of the great racing meccas, host of the world-famous Tour de France, and widely thought of as giving birth to the art of motor racing in the late 1800s. How far we've come since then. As this year's race gets underway, it's time, of course, for the French Grand Prix. A lap of Paul Ricard then consists of 15 corners and a total length of around 3.6 miles. Drivers will need to position their cars carefully on the exit of flat-out turn 10, ready for the double apex right-hander at 11. Watch out for potential overtaking action at the end of the start-finish straight and into the heavy braking zone of turn 8. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, edging out Max Verstappen, who will start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Bottas, the captain, and Gasly, Ricciardo, Ocon, Hülkenberg, and Lando Norris. Stroll, Hamilton, they've taken a grid penalty. Mick Schumacher and Tsunoda. Fernando Alonso, Vettel, Kevin Magnussen and Sergio Perez. Albon, Latifi, Joe, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. A warm welcome to Natalie Pinkham, who is beside me in the commentary box today. Let's discuss Red Bull. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within the team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that has definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Okay, here we are down on the track then. Ready and raring to go. Definite one stop today, mediums and then hards. So let's just get straight into the action for this French Grand Prix, starting in 5th.
Here we go then. The formation lap is underway, and the track temperature looks warm. And may or may not play into some of the team's hands for today's race.
I can see a few of the guys have gone on to hard tyres. Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris, both McLaren drivers actually, on the hard tyres. So maybe they're going for something a little bit different together.
The drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring their planned strategies are all in place.
So coming in around about lap 12 seems to be the answer. Always seem to have good races round here. I'm looking forward to starting off this French Grand Prix from 5th place on the grid. Valtteri Bottas, of course, in 4th. And then the top 3 of Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen and George Russell. This is going to be an exciting one. Hold on to your hats for this turn 1. It's going to be nervy. There's going to be people throwing their weight around. And here we go. We are ready for 5 red lights. Lights out, away we go here in France. It's an excellent start off the grid for Valtteri Bottas and Pierre Gasly, and Daniel Ricciardo on the hard tyres actually manages to get an excellent getaway as well. We're just keeping out of it into turn 1, and there's Nico Hülkenberg on his return to the sport, making an impact straight away. We dropped 3 positions down to 8th place as we were sort of forced to brake by a slow Daniel Ricciardo into turn 1, and yet again having to just watch it on the brakes as we're behind our teammate Nico Hülkenberg. Certainly don't want to affect any chances of a double points finish here, but already 7th. Hülkenberg pulls out to the right hand side of Ricciardo. Is he going to be able to make the move down the outside? Yes, he is. That is fantastic. Former teammates, of course, Hülkenberg and Daniel Ricciardo. And well, he has showed his worth already. I don't think Piastri would have been up in 6th place at the end of lap 1, put it that way. So, we've got to try and make it past Daniel Ricciardo fairly quickly here, because he's obviously on a different strategy on those hard tyres. He's going to be a little bit slower than ourselves on the medium tyres. So, got to make sure that that's dealt with pretty quickly. Stay nice and close, try and get a good exit from the final corner. I think that's going to be the order of the day. So a little bit of a wider entry into the final corner, get a straighter car sooner, use a little bit of ERS to try and close in. It's not really worked there though, because we'd run out of deployment. So end of lap 1, down to 8th place. Well, there goes Lewis Hamilton. Obviously, probably not a car we're racing too hard today, but hopefully one that we can follow through a little bit with Danny Rick just ahead. Also got Esteban Ocon just behind us as well at his home Grand Prix. He'll be looking to make an impact, has been in very impressive form recently. Well, here we go, Hamilton having a little look on Daniel Ricciardo now. Ricciardo goes deep and there's a little bit of contact. And I think Hamilton might have even lost his front wing there. Can't quite tell. Yeah, I think Hamilton has lost his front wing. He's certainly lost some of it.
An incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
So that is huge for this Grand Prix, because Hamilton could have been a real feature in the race for the podium, and now he's gone. We've got to stay within a second of Daniel Ricciardo. We've got to get past him quickly, because our teammate is getting away from us. Well, this has got to be close enough to have a little go at Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, maybe not. Very quick in a straight line, this McLaren. Even without the DRS, comfortably ahead of us. Very close to Daniel Ricciardo, but quite close enough to make a move. A little bit wide there, but got away with it. Staying close around these corners, trying to get a good exit around here. I mean, we're staying very close. This has got to be the chance now. There's no way we could have been any closer to Daniel Ricciardo without pushing him along the straight. So here we go. DRS open. And we make the move down the inside. That was an important move. We had to make that quickly. And Nico Hülkenberg has made another move. He's ahead of Pierre Gasly now. So we got to push on. We got to stay ahead of Daniel Ricciardo now. And try and catch this battle that's going on ahead.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Well, Daniel Ricciardo's taken us. And so is Mick Schumacher now. We're all of a sudden losing a lot of time, and Mick Schumacher just slowed down in the middle of the corner there. That was so dangerous. But yeah, I think we need to come into the pits, get some fresh tyres on, and get into some clear air here. Because we're starting to really struggle out there. So here we come. I'm going to come into the pit lane. What? Exceeded track limits? What are you on about, mate? Where did that happen? Was it round here? Nope, didn't exceed track limits once.
And it looks like the pit crew are out in the lane and ready to perform their magic on the car. They're going to be aiming to achieve the fastest pit stop time possible.
So we're into the pit lane. It'll be interesting to see where we come out. We're obviously trying not to pit again. We'll wait. 21 laps apparently.
Speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres. The safety car's
Oh,
out.
safety car's out.
Reduce your pace. It looks there's a high amount of debris on the track. Be careful. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low, and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
So that's going to be.
Here's some information on Tsunoda for you. Okay, they're out of this race.
That's going to be us screwed over because everybody's going to come into the pits now and obviously lose a little bit less time because of the safety car. So everybody in the pits, where we're going to come out. You can see Ricciardo's already left the pit lane. Are we going to get out ahead of Ocon? Just. So we haven't lost out too much. Could have been a lot worse. Now what this has done is neutralise the race. We're currently in 9th place. Obviously, perhaps would have been 7th had we not pitted before the safety car period. But hey, it is what it is. We're now caught right back up to the back of Mick Schumacher. We've got Daniel Ricciardo just ahead of him, and then obviously Nico Hülkenberg, our teammate, just ahead of that as well. He's having an excellent debut in the Brawn GP car. Gasly and Bottas up there as well. It's a mixed upgrade at the moment. Hamilton all the way at the back, Perez and Sainz not too far behind us, so we might struggle to hang on to points here, but we just got to try our very best. And there are some teams out there on the soft tyres trying to mix it up a little bit. And here we go then. Safety car is ending. We've got Charles Leclerc just behind the safety car. Max Verstappen will be looking to take advantage of this. George Russell back into the race, of course. So here we go. Somehow the it hasn't charged all the way up the engine yet, which is a little bit bizarre. Oh, the tyres looking wear-wise, they're looking fine.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Here we go. We'll be getting ready for the action. Take a nice wide line and start clawing it as green flags get us underway once again here in the French Grand Prix. We are in the slipstream of Mick Schumacher, but not quite ready to make the overtake just yet. We've got to try and make the move quickly because we're already losing ground to Daniel Ricciardo and Nico Hülkenberg, who've just made contact. Again, round that corner, Hülkenberg holding them out wide there. No love lost between those two former teammates, that's for sure.
Overtake and burn off some of this energy.
So let's burn some of the energy now. And we got to try and hold off Esteban Ocon. That's his home Grand Prix. Try and force him over to that tighter inside line. And we hold it down the round the outside, and we hold the position just about. But Hülkenberg hanging on up ahead. There goes Ocon again. Try and force him out wide, but there's Sainz on the hard tyres. We are going to be sandwiched here. Oh, just about okay. There's a little bit of contact, but there's Ocon. Again, having a little look. A little bit of contact, but luckily no damage. And we managed to just about stay ahead of them. But that is going to be very, very hard to hold on to for the rest of this Grand Prix. And we've already dropped off the back of this group up ahead. And annoyingly, I think are going to be out of the DRS window. But that looks like Alonso's coming into the pits. Ricciardo's on the soft tyres up ahead, so he's going for a two-stopper. Obviously started on the hard tyres, I believe. And has come in and changed to the soft tyres, which I find really, really interesting. Well, Mick Schumacher was held up a little bit by our teammate Nico Hülkenberg there. And we are through.
That brings you up a place.
But again, just a little bit faster off there.
Looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
We are trying our best to stay nice and close here. Yeah, this is good. We can stay within this sort of range. There's not really any way Schumacher's going to be able to keep us behind in the DRS zone. DRS are active, but I don't think this will get us quite close enough. We've got Schumacher and Hülkenberg side by side again. Schumacher through this time. But that does allow us to close up on our teammate just a little bit. But you would imagine Hülkenberg's going to try and come back at him because I think he is quicker than Schumacher in general. Oh, Nico Hülkenberg's made a big mistake there. And it's safety car. Safety car. What on earth happened there with Nico Hülkenberg? You can see we come round. Does he just catch the curb a little bit too much? Well, yeah, must have done. And just spun round. Safety car deployed straight away there. And that is a huge mistake from Nico Hülkenberg. And that's going to bring everybody back together. Now, is anybody going to come in and try the soft tyres? Where would we come out? We'd come out in 20th, so it's certainly not worth it for us. But we'll keep an eye on what happens up ahead. Will any of them come in? This is huge. I mean, I think it was a little bit
drop your speed.
quick to bring the safety car out.
Slow your pace immediately.
Well, Leclerc has come in. What about Russell? Russell's not coming in. What about Bottas and Gasly? Nope, neither of them are coming in. Schumacher's not coming in. We're not going to come in. I don't really know why Leclerc has. Does Leclerc think he'll come out ahead of us? Oh, no, he's not going to come out ahead of us. It looks like the other Ferrari of Carlos Sainz has come in as well, so maybe they have genuine fears about reaching the end of the race on those hard tyres. But now both Ferraris are outside of the top 10. We're in 6th as this currently stands. And Nico Hülkenberg, no damage to his car. It was just a genuine mistake. Now we're going to be right behind Mick Schumacher for the final bits of this Grand Prix. So I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good little battle. And Schumacher will, you know, obviously you've closed in on Gasly and Bottas ahead. Bottas now in the top 3. Looking like he's going to get himself a podium, which would be awesome for Alfa Romeo. But, yeah. It's not going to be very long left after this safety car period. So there you go, Leclerc in 10th, Hamilton up to 13th now. Sainz in 21st, Perez is only 9th now. So, very, very interesting. Here we go. Safety car's ending. For some reason, we're in 11th place. Not entirely sure what's happened there. Hang on a second. Where's our... Oh, do we not get to... I don't really understand what's happened here, but Russell's leading the race. Verstappen in second. Perez third. Where's my... We've been absolutely screwed over here. Have people got penalties? No. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, yeah, been completely screwed over there. And we're somehow right at the back of this train. All the lapped cars are ahead of us. And Hulkenberg's just randomly ahead of us.
Let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line.
This is just weird. I've no idea what's going to happen here. So yeah, we're underway once again.
And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining. Okay,
We've got 3 laps to go.
Let's get back up to racing speed. Come on.
And there are blue flags ahead, so I just don't know what's happened here. Yeah, that's K-Mag allowing us through. Yeah, there's no reason why we should be behind our teammate Nico Hulkenberg. And we're definitely not going to score any points here unless there's some incidents up ahead. Which is really, really annoying. And there was me thinking the safety car would be a really good opportunity. It absolutely isn't. Or hasn't been. And it's just completely ruined the order, and I just find it so hard to believe how they've messed up this game so badly in some aspects. It really does make me angry. Well, we are going to be within the DRS zone, but of course it's not going to come active until the final lap of the race. So we just got to grin and bear it for now. Try and make the pass genuinely. There are some back markers ahead, which could cause issues. Alright, here we go. Let's get this position that we rightly should have back. Our teammate Nico Hulkenberg. I'm just gutted he won't get the points he deserves. And Bottas won't get the podium he deserves. It's just ridiculous. And George Russell's going to win this Grand Prix. How are we 2 seconds now behind Mick Schumacher? This just shouldn't have happened. We've got Vettel ahead, he's a back marker. It's just completely ruined this Grand Prix of what was a really exciting race.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
So final lap of this race. Let's see what we can do. Can we stay ahead of Nico and get the final point? Here he comes with a DRS. And Greg just about late enough to hold him off.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
But now he's going to have another look at us. We're okay. Have a good position there. We know through the final sector we're definitely quicker, so we should be able to hold on to 10th. I'm curious as to what's going to happen as we cross the line, whether everybody's going to shuffle back into position. But yeah, Charles Leclerc has won the Grand Prix. Wouldn't have won it. It would have been Max Verstappen, but again, it's just completely ruined it. And we come up to the line. It is going to be a 10th place finish in the end. But, gotta say, very, very disappointed in the game, once again.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Ferrari today. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit, familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Charles Leclerc, currently leading the championship standings, extends his lead even further with this result. So then, Natalie Pinkham, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, there was a lot of incredible driving out there today, but if I had to pick someone, it's got to be Sergio Perez. Fantastic driving.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us.
I'm kind of curious as to what happened here. So, what were we on? We won... Will it not? I don't know exactly what it's doing here. Right, so it was Hulkenberg. Right, here we go. Right, so what exactly happened here? Why are we focusing on Ocon? Yeah, you just... That's the true order of what happened. I suppose, you know, it swings and roundabouts. We gained a lot from the safety car glitch in Canada, and we got second place. Here, not so much. I don't know what's going on the left-hand side there. Everybody getting penalties. It's just completely glitched, hasn't it? But it is what it is. It is what it is. We will head back to the team headquarters, and for some reason that is still there on the left-hand side. We do beat Daniel Ricciardo. That was an important thing to be able to do. Okay. And then when we get to the headquarters, is it still going to be there? No. Oh, the engine thing hasn't worked, which is a pity. But yeah, let's have a little look at the standings. So we are 9th in the standings at the moment, 3 points ahead of Valtteri Bottas. in 10th, 16 behind Kevin Magnussen. He's had an excellent season so far. Nico Hülkenberg, of course, yet to score, but that was a very, very good performance in the end. 11th place for Hülkenberg, and not really sure why he doesn't overtake Oscar Piastri, considering Piastri hasn't had better than a 12th. So yeah, but you know, we know Hülkenberg would have scored points there. We know we would have scored more points than that, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about glitches in this game, it seems. But next time out, we've got Hungary, which is one of my favourite tracks of the season. Really looking forward to that. We should hopefully have some more upgrades in the works for that. I'll just quickly restart this one while I'm thinking about it, and that will be ready for Belgium, which, you know, if you're going to get an engine upgrade, that's when you want it for. Spa and Monza. So yeah, but hopefully you've enjoyed that. It was a fantastic race. It's a pity about those last 3 laps, but maybe it makes me think every time we get to a safety car we should do a mid-session save just to try and avert all these issues. Maybe that's what we could do going forward. But yeah, if you've enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.